Hello everybody, Ghostblade 1062 here with another locomotive review. Today we will be reviewing the Class 101 electric locomotive from Piko in the 30-year anniversary livery. Alright everybody, starting with this review, we'll take a quick look at the box. On both the left and right sides of the box, we are given a bit of information about the locomotive, including its road number, era, railway company, and product ID. As well as we have some miscellaneous information along the bottom. Now, taking off the outer sleeve, we get our first glimpse at the locomotive itself. It is packaged in a nice clamshell to keep it safe. And underneath the clamshell, if you look at the top of the packaging here, we have a little container that slides right out. Within this container, we have a little Piko information booklet advertising for some of their other products. We also have an exploded diagram of the locomotive, as well as a function list, and on the back side we have another exploded diagram, as well as a parts list for the locomotive. The next piece of information within this packaging is an instruction booklet for the locomotive. Including information on the prototype in multiple different languages, safety notices, and other such instruction. After that, we have two booklets presenting information about the decoder within the locomotive. Now, moving on to the locomotive itself. Once I get it, there we are. In the top of the clamshell packaging, we have a little bag full of detail parts. Which is actually taped onto the packaging. Looking inside, we have a number of small detailed parts, including piping and other such materials. Now, moving on to the actual clamshell for the locomotive itself. We have an additional plastic covering over top of the locomotive itself to help shield the details on top, including the pantographs. And now we'll get our first real look at the locomotive. And the first thing I notice is that it is very heavy. On the side here, we have separately fitted railings, as well as steps. The buffers are not sprung. We got a number of little pieces of information along the side of the locomotive. On the top here on either side, we have a set of horns right in front of the pantographs. We have 2 vents at the back of the pantographs, which both should pop right up. There we are. On the other side of the locomotive, we have a different design, but all of the same detail parts again. Looking inside of the cab of the locomotive, we have a detailed cab. Flipping it over, we have a detailed underside to the locomotive as well. Showing the various gearboxes and such that one would normally see on the underside of a locomotive. The locomotive has all 4 axles driven. All in all, this is a very detailed locomotive. Our next stop will be our performance test to see how it runs. Alright everybody, welcome back over to the track, where we will now begin taking a look at the various functions that this locomotive has. To start off with, we have directional lighting, both forwards and reverse, as well as high beams, we have built-in sound, as well as interior cab lighting. Fresh out of the box, The locomotive has a nice, slow, steady crawl to it. With matching sound. We also get brake sound as it comes to a stop.